Ever feel like life keeps throwing challenges your way, one after another? Like no matter how hard you try, something's always there to test your patience, your strength, or your spirit? What if I told you there's a way to face all of life's struggles with calm and confidence? Today we're diving into 3 powerful Stoic principles that can help you build a resilient mindset. These aren't just ancient ideas, they're timeless tools to help you stay strong and steady, no matter what life brings, ready to learn how to master your mind and handle life with grace. Let's begin. Principle 1. Acceptance. Embracing what we cannot control. Imagine you're driving to an important meeting, and suddenly you're stuck in traffic. You're helpless, watching the minutes slip by as frustration builds. Or consider when you prepare for weeks for a job interview, but despite your best effort, you don't get the position. In these moments, we often feel angry, defeated, or even bitter. But what if there were a way to face these situations with calmness and clarity? This is where the Stoic principle of acceptance comes in, a mindset that can dramatically reduce our stress and increase our resilience. In Stoicism, acceptance doesn't mean passivity or indifference. Instead, it's an active choice to focus our energy on what we can control and let go of the things we cannot. The ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This concept is foundational to Stoic thinking and has empowered countless people over the centuries to face life's challenges with courage and clarity. Let's explore acceptance more deeply, why it matters, and how we can begin to practice it. Understanding acceptance. What it really means in Stoicism. When we talk about acceptance in Stoicism, it means recognizing that certain things in life are simply outside our control. The Stoics divided the world into 2 main categories. Things we can control. This includes our thoughts, beliefs, choices, and actions. Things we cannot control. This includes other people's actions, the weather, the economy, and countless other external circumstances. This division helps us understand that our emotional suffering often stems from trying to control the uncontrollable. When we resist what we cannot change, we're setting ourselves up for frustration and disappointment. Acceptance in this context is about redirecting our energy. Instead of wasting time and mental effort on things we can't control, we focus on what we can do in response. It's about learning to let go of what's beyond our influence and finding peace with reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. Why acceptance is essential for a resilient mindset. Our lives are filled with uncertainties. We cannot always predict or influence how events will unfold. But with a mindset of acceptance, we give ourselves the freedom to move forward without being weighed down by the desire to control every outcome. Acceptance frees up our mental and emotional resources, making us more adaptable and open to growth. When we accept things as they are, we are less likely to experience intense frustration or despair. Resilience comes naturally because we're not wasting our energy on trying to change things that are beyond our reach. Instead, we're preserving our energy to make better decisions in response to our circumstances. Consider athletes as an example. They train rigorously, practicing skills and strategies they can control. However, they also understand that factors like weather, referees, and even the opposing team's performance are outside their control. Accepting this allows them to stay focused on doing their best in the moment without becoming discouraged by uncontrollable variables. How to practice acceptance in daily life. Recognize what you cannot control. The first step in practicing acceptance is simply identifying what is and isn't within your control. Let's say you're waiting for a response to a job application. You've done your part by preparing your resume, honing your interview skills, and putting in the effort to make a good impression. Beyond that, the decision is out of your hands. Recognizing this can help you let go of the anxiety and uncertainty that often follows such situations. Shift your perspective. Rather than viewing acceptance as a form of giving up, think of it as choosing where to invest your energy. You're not accepting defeat. You're choosing not to waste time on what you can't change. In other words, you're freeing yourself from unnecessary stress and focusing on actions that matter. For instance, if a project at work doesn't go as planned, focus on what you learned and what you can do differently next time, instead of ruminating on what went wrong. Use mantras or affirmations. Stoic thinkers often used reminders to help them stay centered. A simple mantra like, "I accept what I cannot change," or "I focus on what I can control," can help you calm your mind in moments of stress. These words can anchor you to the present and remind you to let go of the rest. Practice letting go in small situations. Acceptance is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start practicing with small inconveniences. If you're waiting in a long line or stuck in traffic, try to let go of the frustration and observe the situation as it is. Remind yourself that these are things you cannot control, and instead, choose to use that time to listen to an audiobook, focus on your breathing, or just enjoy a moment of stillness. Reflect on your reactions. After a difficult situation, take time to reflect on how you responded. Did you feel frustrated, or did you practice acceptance? Journaling about these experiences can help you identify patterns and work on shifting your mindset over time. The more you reflect, the more aware you'll become of your tendencies, which will make it easier to choose acceptance in the future. Real-life examples of acceptance in action. Let's look at a few real-life examples to understand how acceptance can empower us. The loss of a job. Losing a job is often a painful and stressful experience. However, practicing acceptance in this scenario might mean acknowledging the loss, but choosing not to dwell on the what-ifs. Instead, focus on what's within your control, updating your resume, networking, and searching for new opportunities. This mindset won't take away the pain entirely, but it will help you stay resilient and focused on moving forward. Dealing with illness. When faced with an illness, it's natural to feel upset and frustrated. However, you cannot control the illness itself. You can only control how you respond. Acceptance here means focusing on taking care of your health, following the medical advice you receive, and making the most of each day, rather than letting the illness define you. Handling relationship issues. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, relationships go through difficult phases or people let us down. We can't control how others feel or behave, but we can control how we react. Practicing acceptance allows us to set boundaries, communicate effectively, and understand that others' actions are beyond our control. This doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment. It means letting go of unrealistic expectations and focusing on our own peace. The benefits of practicing acceptance. By incorporating acceptance into your life, you'll find that stress and anxiety become easier to manage. You'll stop wasting time on things that are beyond your control and, instead, channel your energy toward making positive changes. Acceptance builds resilience by giving you the mental and emotional flexibility to adapt to challenges rather than getting trapped by them. With acceptance, you become less reactive and more intentional in your responses. You'll start to see each situation as a learning opportunity rather than a test of your endurance. This mindset doesn't remove all pain from life, but it allows you to handle it with strength and calmness, making it easier to bounce back from setbacks. Final thoughts on acceptance. Practicing acceptance isn't always easy. It requires patience, self-reflection, and a willingness to let go of control. But with time and effort, acceptance can become second nature. By learning to accept what you cannot change, you build a strong foundation for resilience. Life will continue to present challenges, but with a Stoic mindset of acceptance, you can navigate them with grace and courage. Remember, the key to resilience lies not in controlling every detail of life, but in how you choose to respond to the inevitable ups and downs. Acceptance is your tool for transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. As Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Through daily practice of this principle, you'll find that acceptance leads to inner peace, strength, and a truly resilient mindset. Principle 2. Focus on your actions, taking ownership of what you can control. Every day we encounter situations that challenge our sense of control. We make plans, set goals, and work hard, but despite our best efforts, things don't always turn out as expected. Maybe a project at work doesn't go as planned, or we face setbacks in our personal lives. In these moments, it's easy to feel defeated, stressed, or even helpless. But the Stoic principle of focusing on your actions provides us with a way to navigate these challenges with clarity and purpose. The Stoics believed that while we can't control everything that happens around us, we have full control over our actions and responses. This idea forms the core of Stoic resilience, the understanding that we have the power to choose our reactions, regardless of the circumstances. This mindset shift allows us to focus on what we can do, rather than getting lost in worries about what might happen or what others might think. Let's explore how focusing on our actions can transform our lives, why this principle matters, and how to start applying it daily. What does it mean to focus on your actions? Focusing on your actions means directing your energy and attention to what is within your control, your own decisions, behaviors, and responses. It's about letting go of outcomes, which are often shaped by external factors, and instead concentrating on the steps you can take to give your best effort. By doing so, you shift from a mindset of worry to one of empowerment. According to the Stoics, the only things fully within our control are our thoughts, choices, and actions. When we let go of the need to control outcomes, we free ourselves from stress and disappointment. This approach not only brings inner peace, but also helps us maintain a positive attitude, even in difficult situations. For example, let's say you've prepared thoroughly for a job interview. You've researched the company, practiced answering questions, and dressed appropriately. At this point, you've done everything within your control. The outcome, whether you get the job or not, is up to factors beyond your influence, such as the preferences of the interviewers, the competition, or even timing. By focusing on your preparation and letting go of the result, you approach the situation with calmness, knowing you did your best. The importance of focusing on your actions. Focusing on our actions, rather than obsessing over results, brings numerous benefits that contribute to a resilient mindset. Here's why this principle is so important: reduces anxiety and stress. Much of the stress we experience comes from worrying about things we cannot control. When we're focused on the outcome, we're constantly thinking, what if this doesn't work? What if I fail? By shifting our focus to the actions we can take, we free ourselves from these fears. We can concentrate on doing our best without getting overwhelmed by anxiety about the future. Empowers you to take initiative. When we focus on our actions, we feel more in control of our lives. Instead of feeling helpless or defeated by circumstances, we become active participants. For example, If a personal project isn't progressing as planned, rather than feeling frustrated, you can ask, "What can I do next to move this forward?" This shift in perspective empowers you to take initiative and keep making progress, no matter the obstacles. Builds resilience and persistence. Focusing on your actions rather than outcomes helps you to be more resilient. When things don't go your way, you can still take pride in the effort you put in. This mindset builds persistence because you learn to value the process of working toward your goals, even if the results aren't immediate. Over time, this attitude strengthens your resilience, allowing you to bounce back more quickly from setbacks. Encourages personal growth. By focusing on your actions, you begin to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as threats to your self-worth. When you detach your sense of accomplishment from the result and instead appreciate your efforts, you develop a growth-oriented mindset. For instance, if you don't succeed in a particular task, you can view it as a learning experience, analyze what could be improved, and apply those lessons to future situations. How to practice focusing on your actions. Here are some practical ways to incorporate this Stoic principle into your daily life. Define what is within your control. Start by clarifying what aspects of a situation you can influence and what is beyond your reach. This helps you stay focused on the things that matter. For example, in a group project, you can control your contributions, your attitude, and your collaboration, but you cannot control others' effort or the final outcome. Recognizing this distinction helps you concentrate on giving your best without worrying about factors you can't change. Set action-oriented goals. Instead of setting goals based solely on outcomes, such as getting a promotion, focus on goals that involve actions, like improving your skills, building positive relationships with colleagues, and taking on challenging tasks. Action-oriented goals keep you motivated and ensure you're putting effort into things you can directly influence. Focus on your response to setbacks. Life often throws curveballs that disrupt our plans. When this happens, practice responding rather than reacting. Reactions are often emotional and impulsive, whereas responses are thought out and intentional. For instance, if a project at work is delayed due to unforeseen circumstances, you could respond by revisiting your to-do list, adjusting deadlines, and communicating with your team rather than getting frustrated. Practice self-reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on your actions and behaviors. Ask yourself, did I focus on what I could control today? Did I put in my best effort? This daily reflection helps reinforce the habit of focusing on your actions and allows you to learn from each day's experiences. Let go of the need for approval. Many people get trapped by a desire for validation and approval from others. While positive feedback feels good, the Stoics teach us to rely on our own judgment rather than others' opinions. Focus on acting in line with your values and standards. When you prioritize your integrity and commitment to personal growth, you'll be less concerned with what others think and more centered on your own progress. Real-life examples of focusing on your actions in the workplace. Imagine a manager who leads a team on an important project. There are numerous factors that could impact the project's success: market conditions, client preferences, and even unforeseen technical issues. By focusing on providing clear guidance, maintaining open communication, and encouraging collaboration, the manager stays grounded in actions within their control. If the project faces unexpected challenges, the manager can confidently adapt and re-strategize, knowing they've done their best to guide the team. In sports, athletes frequently encounter uncontrollable variables like weather conditions, referees' decisions, or even unexpected injuries. The most successful athletes are those who stay focused on their training, technique, and mindset. For instance, a tennis player can't control how well their opponent plays, but can control their own strategies and responses on the court. By focusing on their own performance, they increase their chances of playing well, regardless of the outcome. In relationships can be challenging because we cannot control how others think or feel. Focusing on actions we can control, like being kind, communicating openly, and setting healthy boundaries, allows us to be our best selves without getting frustrated by others' responses. If a relationship faces difficulties, we can reflect on whether we've done our part rather than trying to change the other person. Embracing the process. Letting go of outcomes. When we learn to focus on our actions rather than outcomes, we gain a sense of freedom. We're no longer bound by the fear of failure or disappointment. Instead, we're empowered by knowing we're giving our best, regardless of the result. By practicing this principle, we become more resilient, adaptable, and grounded in who we are. The Stoic principle of focusing on your actions isn't about ignoring goals or not caring about results. It's about finding peace in the knowledge that we've done everything we can within our power. By letting go of our attachment to outcomes, we can navigate life's challenges with a sense of calm, purpose, and inner strength. This mindset shift not only builds resilience, but also brings a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing we are fully responsible for how we live and respond to the world around us. Principle 3. Cultivating inner strength. Building resilience from within life can be unpredictable, and challenges often arise when we least expect them. It's during these moments that our ability to remain strong, calm, and centered can be truly tested. The Stoic principle of cultivating inner strength teaches us to prepare our minds for life's difficulties. By developing resilience from within, we become better equipped to handle adversity without being overwhelmed or thrown off course. The Stoics believed that true strength comes from within, not from external circumstances. This internal power, often called mental or inner strength, is the ability to maintain a sense of stability no matter what is happening around us. By practicing this principle, we build a fortress within ourselves, a place of peace and clarity that remains steady, even during life's storms. Let's dive into what cultivating inner strength means, why it's so important, and how we can start building this kind of resilience. What does it mean to cultivate inner strength? Cultivating inner strength is about developing mental resilience, emotional balance, and a deep sense of self-trust. It's the ability to face adversity with courage and to remain steady in moments of uncertainty. In Stoicism, this principle involves preparing the mind to stay focused on what's important, even in difficult times. It also involves strengthening our ability to choose our responses rather than reacting impulsively. Imagine you're facing a major life change, such as a career shift, a breakup, or a health scare. Without inner strength, such events could easily leave you feeling lost or overwhelmed. But when you cultivate resilience from within, you're better able to navigate these challenges with a clear mind, a sense of purpose, and an understanding that you have the strength to face whatever comes your way. For the Stoics, cultivating inner strength involved training the mind and spirit to endure discomfort, face fears, and find calm within the chaos. This practice didn't eliminate hardship, but gave Stoics the tools to face it gracefully. Why inner strength is essential for resilience reduces fear and anxiety. One of the main benefits of inner strength is that it helps reduce fear and anxiety. When we know we have the mental fortitude to handle life's challenges, we become less afraid of what might happen. This sense of preparedness calms our minds, allowing us to focus on the present instead of worrying about potential threats or failures. Promotes emotional balance. Inner strength provides us with the capacity to manage our emotions, especially during times of stress or disappointment. When we're mentally strong, we're better able to process emotions like sadness, anger, or frustration without letting them overwhelm us. This balance helps us stay clear-headed and make rational decisions even when we're under pressure. Increases self-confidence. By cultivating inner strength, we develop a deep sense of trust in ourselves. This self-confidence is grounded not in arrogance, but in knowing that we are prepared to face whatever challenges life may bring. This trust helps us remain composed and focused, even when we're faced with uncertainty or adversity. Encourages a growth mindset. Inner strength enables us to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of avoiding discomfort, we learn to embrace it as a necessary part of personal development. This growth-oriented mindset makes us more resilient as we become willing to adapt and learn from each experience, no matter how difficult. How to cultivate inner strength. Building inner strength doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires consistent effort. Here are some practical strategies inspired by Stoicism to help you cultivate resilience from within. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization, a Stoic exercise, involves imagining potential setbacks or losses. The purpose isn't to dwell on negative outcomes, but to mentally prepare ourselves for life's uncertainties. For example, if you're worried about a presentation, take a few moments to visualize possible setbacks, like technical issues or a tough question from the audience. By imagining these scenarios calmly, you'll be better prepared to face them if they arise and less likely to be thrown off balance. Strengthen self-discipline. Inner strength is closely tied to self-discipline. Practicing self-discipline can help you build resilience by training your mind to withstand discomfort and delay gratification. For example, committing to a daily routine, whether it's exercising, meditating, or reading, helps strengthen your ability to follow through on your intentions. Over time, this discipline translates into a strong will, which is essential for handling challenges with calmness and control. Embrace discomfort. The Stoics believed that embracing discomfort builds resilience. Life will always have difficult moments, so rather than avoiding discomfort, learn to face it head-on. For example, try putting yourself in mildly uncomfortable situations, like taking a cold shower, engaging in difficult conversations, or pushing yourself in physical exercise. These experiences may be uncomfortable in the moment, but they help build mental endurance, making you better equipped to handle larger challenges. Reflect daily on your progress. Daily reflection is an essential Stoic practice for building inner strength. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Ask yourself, did I stay calm in difficult situations? Did I let any fears or worries take control? By reflecting on your day, you gain valuable insights into your strengths and weaknesses. Over time, this practice builds self-awareness and helps you stay aligned with your goal of cultivating resilience. Develop a positive inner dialogue. Inner strength is often weakened by negative self-talk. Pay attention to your inner dialogue and practice replacing self-critical thoughts with encouraging, constructive ones. For instance, instead of saying, "I can't handle this," try reframing it to, "This is challenging, but I have the strength to face it." This shift in language reinforces your inner strength, allowing you to approach difficulties with a more resilient mindset. Real-life examples of cultivating inner strength. The Stoic response to loss. The Stoic philosopher Seneca is known for his writings on resilience in the face of loss. After the death of his loved ones, Seneca practiced acceptance and resilience by reminding himself that life's impermanence is natural. He used this experience to strengthen his inner resolve, accepting the pain, but choosing not to be consumed by it. Seneca's approach teaches us that while loss and grief are painful, they can also be opportunities to cultivate inner strength and learn to appreciate what we have in the present. Building resilience through failure. Many successful people have faced repeated failures before achieving their goals. Each failure can be an opportunity to strengthen inner resilience. For instance, a writer who faces multiple rejections learns to persevere, building resilience through persistence and a commitment to growth. Instead of seeing each rejection as a reflection of their worth, they view it as a stepping stone toward improvement. This mindset of learning from failure rather than being discouraged by it is a powerful way to build inner strength. Facing illness with strength. Illness can be a significant test of one's resilience. Many people who face chronic illness demonstrate incredible inner strength by maintaining a positive outlook and focusing on what they can control, such as lifestyle choices, treatments, and self-care practices. By focusing on their actions and accepting their situation with courage, they find peace and strength to navigate daily challenges. The benefits of cultivating inner strength. Developing inner strength equips you to handle life's ups and downs with a steady, resilient spirit. This practice empowers you to remain calm, focused, and purposeful in any situation. With inner strength, you're not easily swayed by external circumstances because your sense of stability comes from within. Over time, inner strength allows you to see each challenge as an opportunity for growth, helping you approach life with curiosity rather than fear. This mindset shift not only increases resilience but also fosters a deep sense of self-respect and confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Final thoughts on cultivating inner strength. Cultivating inner strength is a lifelong journey. It requires commitment, patience, and a willingness to face discomfort. But by following this Stoic principle, you'll build a foundation of resilience that will support you through life's challenges. You'll learn to find peace within yourself. And over time, this inner strength will become a source of courage, guiding you toward a life of purpose and clarity. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom reminds us that true resilience lies in the strength we build within ourselves. By practicing this principle, you can face the world with a calm and unbreakable spirit, ready to embrace each experience with grace and resilience. So, there you have it. 3 simple yet powerful Stoic principles to build a resilient mindset: acceptance, focusing on your actions, and practicing gratitude. These ideas may be ancient, but they're as valuable today as ever. When life feels challenging, remember these principles. They're your tools for a stronger, calmer mind. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and ways to bring ancient philosophy into your daily life. And remember, you're stronger than you think.